Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, severe anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism and my narcissistic mother. I talk about schizophrenia and growing up with my schizophrenic father, which I also wrote a book about, and the link is down below. And I talk about all the years I've been in different therapies, the unethical psychologists who raped me and sexually exploited me, and a plethora of other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask of you in return is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me. Be kind to other people who comment. We don't need to agree on everything. Variety, after all, is the spice of life. But we need to always show respect and kindness to one another. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Hit that little box that says subscribe in the lower right-hand corner. That way you will be notified every time a new video comes on. It's 100% free. Click the like there. Share with your friends. Share on social media platforms. Please feel free to comment and share with me your personal struggles. And let's build a community. Spread the love with one another. And I answer all comments. All comments are welcome as long as they're kind and respectful. Today's topic for this video is how staying in your comfort zone is ruining your life. And I'm going to talk about my own personal struggles of staying in my comfort zone. Now, it's very, very hard for people to change, all right? People like what's predictable. It's much easier doing the same things and staying in the confines of what is familiar with you. I struggle with this too. The unknown is very scary. But familiarity equals stagnation, all right? You're going to be stagnant if you stay in your comfort zone and you only do the things that are easy, that you're used to. The unfamiliarity means change, learning new things, doing new things, even if they're scary. And with that change and that learning, you're going to grow. It equals growth. A lot of people have sacrificed or postponed their goals. They never really made well on their dreams of coming true because they were so scared of the unknown. You know, routine, doing the same thing over and over again, makes you lazy. Comfort results in consequences of, boredom and laziness. Also, you can lose your individuality, run with the herd, be like a sheep. Just follow the sheep, follow the herd. And then, you're just like, what was that movie about the Stepford Wives? Do you want to be one of those? So, to me, to get out of my comfort zone, I always wanted to go to Paris. I love traveling, by the way. I love traveling. But here's the caveat. I hate flying. Not only do I hate flying, I'm petrified of flying. I have severe panic attacks of flying. When I went to Florida a couple of weeks ago, I told you about that. I even have pictures up about that. I took a train down to Florida. It took me over, how many hours? Over a day to get there, like 28 hours to get there by train. It takes 3 hours from Boston to Florida if you fly. 3 versus like 28 hours. It's over a day on a train. But I love the train. I feel very comfortable on the train. I'm on the ground. There's lots of reasons why I hate flying. I have a severe fear of heights. That's number one reason. Severe fear of heights. I have panic attacks of very tight, like packed in like sardines. You're packed in like sardines unless you have enough money to take first class or business class, which I don't. On coach, you are packed in like sardines. I hate crowds, and I hate to be packed in a place that I can't walk out of, like an elevator. I'm afraid of elevators because I'm very claustrophobic. I don't like the fact I've never got stuck in an elevator because I rarely ever take elevators. The only time I'll take an elevator if it's like 100% necessary. Like when my son was in the hospital because he had low sodium a few months ago. The only way to see him on the 7th floor, there was no stairs I could take. I had to take the elevator. I took the stairs down. I could take the stairs down from the 7th floor, but there was no stairway that led to his hospital room. I had to go in the elevator. You know, I had to see my son, and he was hospitalized. He was in very serious condition. So it's going to be something very dire because I feel claustrophobic. Once those steel doors shut, I feel, oh my God, what if I can't get out? Like on a plane. If you're on a plane, you know, you're in the mercy of the pilot, whether he's sleep deprived, on drugs or alcohol or whatever it is, or the weather conditions. And I go crazy with turbulence. You can't walk off that plane. You know what I mean? You're trapped. And the feeling of being trapped is another thing. Also, those oxygen masks, the feeling like I can't breathe. What if something happens to the plane and something happens to the ear and I can't breathe? I don't have to worry about heights on a train. I don't have to worry about not being able to breathe on a train because there's no oxygen mask. The train is on the ground. If something happened on the train, I could walk out. I could leave the train. I could walk off the train. And usually if a train is delayed or something, they'll tell you we're going to be a half an hour at the stop. You can get out and stretch your legs. You can't get out and stretch your legs on a plane, especially when they have those seatbelt signs on. What if you had explosive diarrhea on the plane, right? That's happened. I've read it. A person had explosive diarrhea and the seatbelt sign was, you know, fasten seatbelts. They will not allow you to get out of your seat if that seatbelt sign is on because you can die from turbulence. If that seatbelt sign is on, I don't care if you have explosive diarrhea. You're going to do it all in your pants, all over the seat. You see what I mean? I never want to get into a situation that I can't get out of. And flying from Boston to Paris is 7 hours, okay? Almost 7 hours. So that's a long haul flight, and it's overnight. Another thing, too, is I go to bed very early. I go to bed between 7 and 8 o'clock. Now I'm staying up later to 8 o'clock. But the plane didn't leave to 10:30. And I can't sleep on a plane. I can't sleep sitting down in those coach seats. I cannot sleep sitting in a coach seat. Maybe in a very comfortable reclined couch, I can fall asleep if I have enough drinks in me or something. But there's no way that I can sleep like that. So in other words, I was going to lose a night's sleep. And I'm an elderly person, going to be 60. I don't do well. I need about 9 hours of sleep a night. I know some people can get by on 4 or 5. I don't do well, all right? I don't do well on no sleep. I mean, zero sleep. I mean, absolutely no sleep at all did I get. But it was my dream. It was on my bucket list since I was in my 20s, early 20s. To go to Paris, I never did because I was afraid. You know, they don't speak the language. They speak French. I did go to the United Kingdom. I went to England, but they speak English. You know, I can understand them. You go to France, they speak French. Some people speak English in France, in Paris, some. But it's not common. And most people, the French, they have a thing against Americans. I mean, people have told me this, that they don't, you know, they're not too kind. So anyway, I wanted to do it, and in order to do it, I would have to break out of my comfort zone and have to face my fears. I'd have to be very uncomfortable. I have to face my fears, face my anxiety, get out of my comfort zone, be on a plane 7 hours, be up all night at airports, which I despise. I hate airports. I hate crowds. I hate lines. I'd have to go through customs, more lines, more crowds. You get the picture what I'm trying to say. Is I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to face my fears head on if I wanted to go to Paris. So in 2022, I did just that. And I don't regret it at all. I faced my fears. I stayed up all night. I had got no sleep. I sat in a chair for 7 hours, squashed in between strangers like a sardine like this, scared out of my wits' end, scared, afraid of every bump. I was like almost like on the verge of a panic attack. Thank God, knock on wood, that there wasn't much turbulence, because if there was even mild turbulence, I would have went into full-blown panic mode. Now, going into full-blown panic mode when you can't leave, you can't, fight or flight, you can't leave the situation. Every time I have a panic attack, I always leave the situation, and that helps. Leave the source of the stress, but I'm strapped in my seat on a plane, miles and miles in the air, with very thin air. You can't breathe. The air, the oxygen, the air is forced in the plane. It's not, So, but I had a lovely time. I got to see the Louvre, the Mona Lisa. I got to see the Eiffel Tower. I got to see the Palace of Versailles, King Louis's palace. So in any event, I grew from this experience. I also felt good about myself, that I faced my fear, and Paris was was on my bucket list. It was one of my dream vacations, one that I was very fearful, but finally, in 2022, I did it. It's never too late to face your fears. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to make your dreams come true. The last thing you want in life is regret, okay? You don't want to have regrets. And for so long in my life, I was just, going by what society, my in-laws and my parents expected me to do. You got to get married, you got to have kids, you got to work 9 to 5, you got to come home and make the dinner. On the weekends, you got to go shopping, you got to clean your house, have a spotless house. You got to do it all. You got to have it all. It just became, I was having panic attacks every single day. I just hated my life. I just was in a miserable place because I wasn't happy doing what I was going along with what society expected of me. Society expected me to have a conventional job, to work 9 to 5, to, go home and make the dinner, to have children, take care of the children, take care of the house, work 8 hours, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what? I quit all that, and I did a YouTube channel. This is what I love to do. I'm a creative person. I started writing and publishing books. I'm a writer. I'm a poet. So I did unconventional things that people would look down on if I tell them what I do, because these unconventional things don't make me a regular paycheck. As when I worked as an administrative assistant in an engineering firm, I was bringing home a regular paycheck. It wasn't, big money, but it was consistent. It was consistent money every week that helped pay for the bills in the house. Now I hardly make much money at all doing my YouTube, even though I do every single day, put out a video, with all earnesty and honesty and openness and being transparent to people. I still make very, very, very little money, and it's not consistent. It's not that weekly paycheck. If I went out and got a conventional job, 9 to 5, I would consistently have the same amount of money every single week. And who knows what I would be making now. Probably, I don't know, but it's nothing like the pennies I'm making on the YouTube or from publishing my books. See what I'm saying? But I decided to just do my thing, and at my age, I said, you know what? I'm going to die soon. My parents didn't live past 70, so I might as well be happy and not look back with regrets and do my own thing. Even if, that's taking chances and not following society's norms. So You got to get out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're going to ruminate. You're going to be stagnant. You're going to live with regrets. You're not going to grow as a person. You're going to lose your individuality. You're going to lose yourself. Do you want to lose yourself? Do you want to be stagnant? Do you want to not grow? I mean, you think that by, doing the same thing over and over, sure, it's familiar and it feels safe, but are you really happy? Ask yourself that. I ask myself that. Am I really happy going into the office every day? No. Am I really happy not going to Europe, not going to Paris? When I heard other people who went to Paris, I got very jealous of them, and I said to myself, why are you jealous of this person going to Paris? You could go. What's stopping you? My fear, I feel very uncomfortable. I'm scared shit of flying. I have severe panic attack, I hate being in crowds. I hate being like a sardine. And I told you all the things that I hate about flying. I'm not going to repeat myself. But then I said, well, how do you think those people that you're insanely jealous of got to go to Paris? They went on the plane, So what are you going to do? Are you going to face your fears and your discomforts and go and check that off your bucket list, make that dream come true, finally go to the city of light, the city of love? It's very romantic in Paris. That's why they call it the city of love. I mean, it's just lovely. I mean, that's what I want to do. Maybe you have some other destination you want to do. Who knows? But what's stopping you? Fear? If fear is stopping you from doing what you really want to do, let me tell you, you are going to, grow old with regret. You are not going to grow as a person. You are going to just be stagnant. I know this sounds harsh, and I know maybe I'm coming on strong saying this to you, but the whole point of this video is how staying in your comfort zone is ruining your life. And I'm telling you right now how it is ruining your life, and I don't want to see you ruin your life. So take it from me. If I can do it, face my fears, and go, knowing I have full-blown panic attacks and I can't get off that plane, I'm stuck with that seatbelt sign on. I'm stuck there like a sardine in that tin box. If I can do it, you can do it, You can do it, and once you do it, like once I did it, you're going to feel very happy about it. You're going to feel proud of yourself that you did face your fear and you did make your dreams come true. So let me know what you think. Many of you might disagree with me, or have you had any experiences where you got out of your comfort zone and you faced your fears and your thoughts, your opinions, your struggles? Let me know in the comments. Let's have an ongoing dialogue and get out there and start living your best life.